And welcome back. Joining us now is Kevin Smith. He is the president and founder of the Young Professionals of East Kentucky, also known as YPEK. And Kevin, thanks for joining us tonight.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Kevin, first tell us a little bit about this new group of young professionals. How did it come about?
Yeah, well, we're really excited to share with you about the Young Professionals of East Kentucky. The organization was a nonprofit formed in 2009. We came together last fall, a group of steering committee members, 17 in all, from 7 different area development districts. We came together and we actually met in Hazard, where we talked about the need for young professionals to come together in the region and what an impact that we could make if we do come together. And that's what this organization is about. We're built on the foundation of connect, grow, and lead.
Now, you came up with this idea. You're the founder. How did you come up with this?
Well, it was a need, Neil. It was something that was needed in the region to bring young professionals together to help attract and retain the talent that is being lost throughout the region.
Where did you come up with the idea? Have you seen this done somewhere else, or?
Well, there are different aspects across the region of young professionals coming together in different groups and segments, but nothing in our region. But what makes what our group is different than what other individuals and other groups are doing across the nation is that we're focusing on issues. We're doing issue-based dialogue through forums, committees, we're coming together, utilizing the skill sets of young professionals to really benefit and improve the region.
Now, 2 prominent Eastern Kentucky political figures are involved in your group. Former Republican National Committee Chairman Mike Duncan and former Governor Paul Patton, a Democrat. You've got a high-ranking Republican, a high-ranking Democrat. Sounds like this is nonpartisan.
That's correct, Neil. Our organization is nonpartisan. We've come together understanding the vitality of coming and bringing issue sets and really creating that dialogue to really improve the region. So it's not about the partisan issues. We're definitely made up of bipartisan figures and go at our dialogues nonpartisanly.
Now, you mentioned forums. You've had a couple of forums. Tell us about those.
Yes. We have created forums that we host quarterly based on different issue sets that affect the region, from energy, education, economic development, healthcare, technology. In February, we hosted an event with Congressman Hal Rogers and Governor Paul Patton. It was our first summit we launched here in Hazard at the Hazard Community and Technical College. And at that event was an opening up of sharing ideas of how young professionals, the impact that they can make going forward.
Now, we hear a lot about brain drain. We hear about a lot about young professionals that have to leave this region to find jobs. Is that something that you're hoping to turn around or dispel that myth?
That is correct. The myth that is out there, the stigma of young professionals have to leave the region to be citizens throughout the country, benefiting themselves and creating economic development. Those individuals can do the same thing here in Eastern Kentucky. And so as you look at figures of unemployment figures of 10.7% in Kentucky, we're hoping to bring individuals back to the region and curve those trends.
You know, you talked about the group's core principles: connect, grow, and lead.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. Connect, grow, and lead are the 3 principles that Young Professionals of East Kentucky are founded on. That means bringing individuals together. We've hosted 10 events thus far, bringing young professionals together. So we're connecting. We're creating dialogue together. So connect. The second part is grow. So we've created forums, dialogue, summits to bring young professionals to focus in on issues that are affecting the region. How can young professionals utilize our skill sets and abilities to make a difference in East Kentucky? So we're growing and leading. We're having opportunities. 2 weeks ago, we hosted the YPEK Summit in Manchester, Kentucky. And at that event, we broke into 6 small groups, which are committees based on 6 different issue topics that I mentioned earlier, such as education, healthcare, technology. And how can we utilize our skill sets and the jobs that we currently have to utilize those skills to really benefit the region? And so we're utilizing that and creating opportunities and projects that young professionals can come together on and really lead.
What would you say, if you had to pick right now as a group or yourself, maybe the top 3 areas of interest or problems that we need to address here in Eastern Kentucky, what would they be?
Well, I think you first look at jobs, so economic development. How can young professionals play a role in that? Secondly, I look at healthcare. You look at where we are ranked nationally and the wellness of our citizens. And so we're attacking those issues. And again, I think education is definitely is a top three, if not the first. And so how can we get the individuals the knowledge and skill sets to not only be successful here, but those individuals who go off to college, let's get them back to help retain the talent that's here.
Now, it's one thing for groups to get together, whether they're young or older, and they get together and they talk about the problems.
Right.
Talk is cheap. What
Right.
type of action do you expect to see out of this group?
Well, we've already started seeing action. We're being involved. We've got service projects that we've already initiated, working with the Christian Appalachian Project back in over Thanksgiving. We did an Appalachian Regional Reforestation Initiative, working with that in over at Harlan County just last month. And so we're coming together not only on service projects, but our committees we formed 2 weeks ago. Those are really starting to take form, and we hope that individuals get involved. Young professionals really do get involved with our committees, because these are projects in which we can benefit and improve the region by utilizing our skill sets and coming together on those coming together. So those are ways through these projects that young professionals can get involved and make a difference that are really lasting impacts at the region.
It sounds a lot like a group when I was growing up. I was too young then, and then I'm not sure what happened to it, but it kind of sounds like the JCs of years gone by. Are you familiar with that group?
I am familiar with the JCs, and I think bringing young people together is something that is always needed. But I think in Eastern Kentucky there was definitely a void. And we are filling a void, but also not just coming together, but creating those actions that are really going to create projects in the end of benefiting the region.
So Young Professionals of East Kentucky, well, one, I guess that kind of leaves me out. I am on the advisory board, though,
yes.
So I'm glad to be participating in that. But who can join?
Yes, our organization is based for individuals between the ages 21 and 40. You can go to our website, www.ypek.org. You can look at our list of the counties. We cover 32 counties in all.
And how many members do you have right now?
We have over 300 individuals, and we're bringing hundreds together at our events. And so we hope that individuals can not only come together and learn and develop themselves for leadership going forward, but to also get to know and connect with individuals who are making a difference in their communities around the region.
Now, will this group, even though it's nonpartisan, do you expect to maybe lobby lawmakers in Frankfort about some issues or needs that you feel this region has?
Well, I think what we can do as an organization is really promote what young professionals are doing in the region and really help create an atmosphere that they can develop and create leadership initiatives to really impact the region.
Now, your group is also involved in this week's East Kentucky Leadership Conference in Ashland. That's this Thursday and Friday. Tell us about what you're going to be doing there.
We're hosting 3 concurrent sessions on Friday in Ashland. At these sessions are titled Young Professionals Transforming Appalachia through YPEK. And so we're going to utilize the outcomes of our summit 2 weeks ago in Manchester and display what young professionals' ideas and projects that we can really do to impact the region, and then gain the attendees of that meeting to get their input, solicit their ideas on how we can improve the ideas that we've come up with as young professionals.
You told us a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about some of the ideas and the things that came out of that summit in Manchester.
Yeah, for example, in healthcare. They're taking on a big initiative of understanding the wellness factor of East Kentucky. And there were so many ideas that came out of that discussion. Dr. Shelley Deskins was the facilitator, and she runs the Autism Center at Highlands Regional Medical Center. So we're utilizing great assets of the region, young professionals, to come up with great ideas. And with this, one of the ideas was create a traveling auditorium that young professionals and individuals in the communities can come together and understand how they can become better in their wellness, the eating habits, nutrition, and really make a difference, all utilizing young professional talents.
What about in education, for instance?
Right. They're taking on another initiative, which we'll be presenting here shortly, but they're going into the